Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's Midnight Gardener Show. Give it up for yourselves for coming out. And please give a round of applause to the DC Improv and all the staff taking care of you. If you are not aware, the Midnight Gardeners League is a sometimes monthly show that takes a different, shifting format. This week and month, THOT Leaders, an exploration of America's brains. But before we get the show started, we're going to start off with some stand-up comedy, brought to you by one of America's people. Please clap your hands together for Kenneth Llewellyn.
Is this me? No, that's too short.
The stand one.
Oh.
The back still. The back behind you.
Look behind you.
I knew that. That's how I planned it. You know, a little comedy right off the top. A little physical comedy, you know? Little guy looking for a microphone. We all know that bit, right? Yeah! DC Improv, thanks for coming out. Sunday night. Hell yeah, we're all here. It's awesome. Little quick audience poll. Clap your hands if you've been to a Midnight Gardener show before. Anybody? All right, awesome. We're building a fan base here. Clap your hands if it's your first time at a Midnight Gardener show. Okay, some newcomers to the crowd. You guys are in for a treat. I'm going to start out with some jokes. After that, who knows what's going to happen? Could be anything. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I got a good feeling about it. I don't know, everything's turning up Millhouse for me right now, you know? I've got a new apartment, and it sucks. It's terrible, but, you know, it's better than what I was doing before. Before I was renting out somebody else's basement, and that was really hard. You know, there were some pros. It was near my office. It was cheaper than a one-bedroom. Honestly, I had enough space. The only big con was it kind of felt like I was paying the people above me to simulate the experience of living with my parents. And it didn't help that they kept coming down being like, hey, you give us a little extra every month, we'll both come down here, tell you we're disappointed in you, huh? How about that? By the way, you consider going back to school, get a job in cybersecurity? It's a growing field. All right, sounds like a lot of people here, their parents are also unhappy with what they do. Awesome. Glad we're all on the same page. No, I don't want to get it twisted though. It's going well for me, okay? It's going great. Just got back from vacation. That was fun. I don't want to brag or anything. You know, I didn't log on while I was on vacation. I didn't check any social media. But then when I got back, I had to see what I missed. So I go on my phone. I go on Facebook. Ooh, there it is. The big red one. Somebody took a picture of me. Somebody wants to talk to me, right? That's what it means. No, it never means that. It's always a big letdown. It's always like a reminder for an event you never said you were going to go to in the first place. It's like, why do I even have this thing? What do I need Facebook for? It's just a constant letdown. Previous generations, they didn't have to deal with this. They never had the Facebook letdowns. But then I thought about it. Getting a dumb Facebook notification, that's kind of like when people used to come home and see the blinking light on the answering machine, right? But that stuff would be a lot better. You know, I'd much prefer a robocall or like a call from my aunt than like the stuff Facebook sends you a reminder for. Imagine going home, turning on your answering machine. You have 2 new messages. First message. Hey, it's Jake from high school. Yeah, I know we haven't talked the last decade or anything. I just want to let you know it's my birthday. Next message. Hey, Mr. Llewellyn, we just wanted to let you know, it looks like from our records here, yeah, you went to senior prom 10 years ago today. And from the pictures we have on file, it looks like you went alone. So we'll be sure to send those over. Enjoy, God, 5 years from now, that joke's not going to work at all, right? Like, what is that noise? What does it mean? So yeah, it's going well. I got, I'm on cloud 9 right now. You know, I got some pretty sweet coupons in the mail. Turns out Burger King delivers now. You guys know about this? It's exciting. You can get 10 cheeseburgers and 20 chicken nuggets for $16.99. Hell of a deal, right? I just don't think I have low enough self-esteem to actually call in that order, you know? To be the guy on the other line that's like, yes, I'd like the 10 cheeseburger, 20 nugget deal. My name? Don't worry about it. Just leave the food on the door and never come back ever again. I don't know, that's the only thing motivating me to turn it around right now is my current delivery guy, my pizza man. He's getting too friendly, he wants to establish a rapport. It seems like every time I open the door, he's excited about me making the wrong choice. Like, oh, Mr. Kenneth, nice to see you. Got your usual here, a big-ass pizza, some chicken. All the worst shit, it's definitely not chopped. You guys are more of a chopped crowd, more of a Cabo audience. I don't know, I can't tell right now. But I'm glad you guys made it. You know, you could be at home watching sports. Instead, you're here. It's awesome. I like sports, though. I'm not gonna lie. What about you guys? What sports are we watching? Let's hear it.
Football.
Oh, basketball. Wow, just so happens I have a joke about basketball. Awesome. Comedy, folks. You can't plan this stuff. Just happens. Yeah, I'm enjoying the current NBA season. It's all out. You know, the Lakers are back in it, thanks to LeBron and Anthony Davis. No, we're not going to be excited about it. I'm just making a note, okay? You know, we're not fans here. I don't know, it's kind of weird seeing the LeBron in the Lakers uniform. It's definitely off-putting. I don't know, at least he didn't bail on, like, the whole city this time when he went there. He didn't do the decision. He didn't go on TV to dump an entire city. That was messed up. I don't know if you guys remember that. LeBron, when he went to Miami, he went on TV to dump all of Cleveland. And that's not how you do it. You know, we all know you don't go to the game to break up with your girlfriend. You go there to propose to her. No one's ever been at a basketball game and you hear the announcer, all right, at the end of the first quarter, Ralph has a very special announcement for Nancy. Nancy, Ralph would like to know if you would move the fuck out. Ralph's moving in with Dwayne Wade. What else is going on? We all gotta go to work tomorrow. That sucks, right? Yeah. Whatever. I shouldn't complain. My job's not so bad. It made me create a LinkedIn though. That was messed up. I don't know. Clap your hands if you're on LinkedIn. Let's hear it. All right, a bunch of young professionals in the house. Anybody else when they were setting up their profile just feel like they were making a really lame video game character? Like you were looking around at all your friends' stats, like, holy shit, level 50 leadership. I gotta go on some quests or something, you know? Get my stats up. On LinkedIn, you can put whatever you want on there. Marketing, management, Mario Tennis, it doesn't matter. I'm a fucking idiot, I put stand-up comedy. Like, yeah, my friends will come to the shows, they'll endorse me. I'm at like level 5. Everyone's looking at my profile just being like, no. Conan, no, you gotta be at least a level 20. You know, Conan. Just kidding, that's not how they book it. It would be funny though if it was. I was looking at my friend's profile and now I understand why he's having trouble getting a job. Like I said, you can put whatever you want on there for the skills. He only put 2 things. Microsoft Excel. Right? Totally normal, not that weird at all. And then forklift operator. Those don't go together. There's no CEO scanning the boards being like, I just need somebody who can manage the inventory in the warehouse and balance the budget. Oh, thank God, it's Tyler Real. There he is. Guys, he's not here. We can all laugh at him. It's fine. It's a real person, not in the room. We're having a laugh at his expense. So yeah, they made me make a LinkedIn. That kind of sucked. But it's not a big deal. It's a lot better than my old job. I had to go to court for my old job because I witnessed an assault. And by witnessed an assault, I mean I got punched in the face. I'm glad you guys can laugh about it. So we're in a shoe store. A young man came in to try on some LeBrons. Okay, no big deal. Now you guys might understand where that previous vendetta came from. It's like, Jordans, you might have to put your guard up a little bit. But LeBrons are usually in and out, no big deal. Not this time. This guy, usually they try and trick you. Oh, I have wide feet. Does this come in whatever? And then you go to the back and they bail. No. This guy just ran out right in my face. You know, so my pride was at stake. Couldn't just, have a nice day, sir. See you later, you know? So a chase ensued. We both go into Nordstrom. Everyone else is trying on slacks. I'm getting punched in the face. Seem kind of messed up. I got up, though. I got up. There, okay. No, holy shit. Cannot believe it. That's not what I didn't mean to bully you guys with the applause, but thanks. Yeah, so it's just a very confusing time. You get up and you're like, oh shit, that guy punched me in the face. Where did my glasses go? They went flying. And this Nordstrom lady found them. Like, I wanted to laugh about it, you know, because I got up, it's all good, not a big deal. I'm like, can you believe that? And she's just like, I hope it all works out for you. No! I got up, you didn't see that? So anyway, security shows up. We go to court, we tell our stories. It's not snitching if there's already video evidence, okay? It's just narrating. Yeah, I'm like the Morgan Freeman of petty crimes, you know, just putting the pieces together. So, quick trial, this guy's getting taken away, and he looks at me and the other witness, he goes, "Use a Bama! Use a bitch!" What do you think was going to happen there? The judge was going to be like, hold on just one damn minute here. We have some late-breaking evidence into the courtroom. Turns out the witnesses are not only Bamas, but bitches as well. Therefore, under Article D, subsection C, I have no choice but to let you go, sir. Court adjourned, not the way it went down. You know, but we can all laugh about it now. All right, I think you guys are warmed up, right? We're all ready to go? Hey, thanks a lot, everybody. Enjoy the Midnight Gardeners League!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to get the show started, we have our house band back from their international tour with the newly reunited IBS soft rock band. Please put your hands together for Fisher.
All right. I'm Rose. That's Camille.
We're from the same town, so.
These are our bandmates, Kevin and Jai.
Yeah, this is us debuting a single from our Christmas album, and in our music, we just wanted to combine sodomy with spirituality. Is really what this is about. So,
Amen.
yeah. So the first piece, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the Virgin Mary.
Well, she had needs that were being neglected. That's. And then some things happened. You know.
Yeah.
Medical mystery.
Put her in a hard place to like meet people, but she's
Yeah.
still.
She's
you know,
out there.
She had desires.
she
and yeah.
Is
Yeah.
going for it. So
She's going for it, and we just feel in this song, Santa is the thought, and
and she
wants
is
to
the thoughtier.
yeah.
So
She wants to explore it. So our first song is called
every breath you take.
Mary's watching you. Okay.
Every cookie you bake, every toy you make, every Mrs. Claus you slay, every Christmas day, Mary's watching you. Breathe with me, baby. Breathe with me. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see? Joseph can't please me. THOT. That's why I'm virgin
The tale as old as time. But when did it all start? And who started it? And are they starting with me? I gotta get to the bottom of this.
The human mind. It's what separates us from our animal friends, but I saw a bird trying to read the other day, so I think we better keep an eye on those feathery pieces of shit.
Shiny.
Life is an endless journey of discovery. Now, I read that on the back of a milk carton once. Never found that kid, though.
All of mankind's thoughts, feelings, and ideas can be put onto one USB drive. We can even project our thoughts onto the moon.
Wow, that's crazy.
Crazy? The plot to Fast and Furious is crazy to you.
Okay, I'll see you at home though.
You brain dead piece of shit.
Isn't your brain just like a big cup of coffee? And isn't knowledge the piping hot, juicy, delicious, liquidy thin? But be careful, you might get burned. My name is Max Wolfson,
And mine is Andrew Hall.
and together we are
Thought Leaders.
America's only talk show as far as we're concerned.
We're concerned about a lot of things. I mean, we're America's two biggest idiots. And this is the hardest job we've ever been asked to do.
And we're not going to be idiots for much longer, thanks to a bunch of smart people and also just anybody that we can get to come talk to us.
So we figured we have the smart people come sit down, talk to the us, and we get smarter.
And then everybody is just as smart as each other.
Interviews with smart people, videos with smart people, glares from smart people. We'll take anything that's smart.
Yep, so if you're an endowed university professor or just well endowed, come on down to Thought Leaders.
It's a talk show, but with idiots as hosts instead of regular people.
Yeah, that's my idea for the show.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if I have a good idea, I'll let you know. I'm gonna eat.
Give it up for your host, Sandra Hall! My Golden!
Wow. Hi, everybody. How you doing tonight?
Give it up for Fisher. I
Yeah.
hope you're not offended by that, because I wasn't. So.
I kind of didn't even know what I was seeing most of the time.
Yeah, you gotta get your eyes checked. So, guys, welcome to Thought Leaders, America's only talk show.
And
So,
as far as we're concerned, we're the Thoughts. We actually did think that we invented the talk show, so that's a little bit of an embarrassment for us. We did do some research. It turns out it was invented in 1884 by Julius J. Leno. And that's actually what caused the deadly Durango cattle riots. So did you guys see that, or did you hear about that?
yeah, you guys, how did you hear about that? Anyway, so I know what you might be thinking. Great. Another talk show with white men as hosts. Well, we're not just white.
We're barely more.
Yeah. I am bisexual, so that's a pass. Somehow. And Max is Jewish.
Boo.
So, all that that being said, we might not have shared everyone's lived experiences, but we have had knives near our penises.
It's true. And I can say this guy lives on the knife's edge. Okay.
No, I've been edging for days.
Oh, tell me Moyle. Tell me Moyle.
It left me with a scar.
Anyway, it's a little musical interlude, so we can really do it all.
So you...
What's this show, you might be asking? Why are we here? Are there refunds? And I don't know the answer to any of those questions, but what I can tell you is that the question of what a thought leader is what started us on this journey. Because what does that even mean?
See, we started this journey as dumb men, which, means we're dumb men, apparently stupid, but we wanted to take our mind's ability and put it right into our arm feet. So...
Hands.
So we took our minds into our own hands, and we decided to journey into and through knowledge.
So we want to become experts, right? Because you can become an expert in one field. Very basic, right? Lots of people in DC are experts in one field. We want to be experts in all fields simultaneously.
Yeah, so we actually decided to go to a field, and it was pretty impressive.
Okay, come on. We have a graphic for this.
We made sure to tell you that we went to a field and we took a real picture of it. See?
Who could call us liars now?
Nobody. And if you do, slander. But
You're liable to get slandered.
Yeah. I'm liable to do a lot of things if we're in that field. Found out that Max...
Allergic to ragweed.
So, going to that field was actually worth nothing. So, we were figuring, how do we become experts in all fields? And then it hit us like a ton of dicks, just like we asked it to. How do we combine narcissism, education, and the razzmatazz of showbiz?
And since there are already the requisite number of white men running for president, we thought a talk show.
Right.
A talk show. A show where there is only us talking, except for the comedians and the band, and the segments and the videos. Actually, I don't think we're going to get to talk for most of this.
I'm not too concerned about that because for some people being a thought might mean one thing, but to us it means something different.
Very specific.
We try to think how others think.
Can you tell which one I am?
I'm the one thinking about the butt. So we figured we would...
We thought it up. You guys ready? You're going to thought it up with us? Learn with your body to help your mind.
Because the mind houses the body. So this is kind of like reverse college, where normally you pay to be educated. Now you come to be educated and you'll leave here in debt. So
it's a very different thing.
So we gotta start each show with a monologue. That's what most talk shows do. So most of you might not know the ancient Greek word for monologue means one log. So the length of monologue jokes should last about as long as one average American shit. So
yeah, that's why it's exactly that. So you can squeeze out a deuce before Ava Mendez comes out to tell you about her book. Mono also, as was just indicated, means one. So that put us in a position because I don't know if you guys can tell, more than one.
Almost, And I think I should go first with the monologue jokes because I'm taller. So.
Yeah, we thought about a taller-based system or a who's funnier-based system, so there's kind of different ways that we could go.
But I figured I might try to keep it a little interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah? Like a wager?
A little wager poo.
Ooh.
I'm going to challenge you, Max Wolfson, to a strip monologue.
I am gasping.
Exactly.
So you'll explain how this works, right?
I will. So.
Okay. I'll be doing some nothing over here.
So a strip monologue is very simple. It seems straightforward. Each of us will tell a joke. You will laugh at a layer of decibels. Each decibel will turn into a decimal. Each decimal will carry over into the remainder of our next jokes. Now what's remaining and what is a mainstay will be two very different things. So we want one of us to be the main comedian here. So whoever gets the most jokes doesn't necessarily win, but it's kind of what we're going for. Does all that make sense? Excellent. So, hey,
And it's just, you take off the clothes if the joke's not good or if it's too good.
Were you wearing that when we started? All right, since I challenged Max can go first.
Shit.
Chump.
Okay, good. Well, we all agree this outfit works. It's a very classic one for like a real, monologue joke, so I was trying to be about the news and stuff. Scientists announced this week that 2019 was the hottest year on record. Can you guys believe that?
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are all climate scientists. The weird thing was, though, after they said it was the hottest year on record, they tipped their glasses forward and waggled their eyebrows and went, awooga, awooga, we just can't get enough of these hot, hot years. So shit, people laughed.
So you're fine.
Okay.
So, I guess I wrote the rules. I don't know how to write. So, Nancy Pelosi has decided to move forward with impeachment processes. Yes, we can clap it up for anything we want. It seems sane. But she does say that it is unhealthy for America to impeach a sitting president. I guess she must know sitting is the new smoking. Smoking gun!
So you definitely have to take some clothes off there, right? Okay. While he strips, I'll do my second joke. Good, yeah, I love the sounds the band's giving us. It's like the soundtrack to There Will Be Blood.
And there will be.
This is more a seasonal joke. So more Americans than ever are shopping online this year, and that actually made a brand new company the #1 most valued company in America. It displaced Amazon. So now the most valuable company in the United States is chocolate-covered ham cannon. So get one for your mom.
No.
So now you have to take...
No, you gotta take off a jacket that you were wearing when we started the show.
Got it.
And you can make it sexy if you want. Recently, a Starbucks barista wrote pig on a police officer's cup as they came in uniform.
Boy.
I know. What the full story is, before the cop ordered their latte, they pulled their head out of a bucket of slop, admitted to murdering Old MacDonald, and then was promoted to Sergeant Swine. So...
She said she believed it, but that was not a laugh, so I think you do have to take some clothes off. Disney Plus. More like Disney Shush, am I right?
Okay. Oh, I didn't even get to... Okay, so Jeff Bezos' birthday is coming up soon. Exactly. So a lot of people call Jeff Bezos an entrepreneur, and some people call him an evil billionaire. But my family doesn't even call me on my birthday.
Okay, I hate to get technical. Not so much a joke as a fact about yourself. I'd say.
Okay.
We can agree this game's going very equally.
The rules are the rules. The rules are the rules. Get your joke on.
So did you guys see that Peloton ad that everybody was mad about? This woman had to make a video for her husband, otherwise she wasn't allowed to vote or something. I don't really understand.
She was never allowed to vote. It's in Alabama.
It just made so much sense to me, because everybody's mad at an advertisement for a robot bike, and that feels like a really good way to tell everybody like what 2019's been all about so far. And it just made me nostalgic, you know, for when Obama was president. Yeah, because back then, married couples, if they were having issues, they would just drone strike each other. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, those are laughs. You get to keep on all your hats that you started the show with. So, as the holidays roll around, we do begin our war on Christmas. You know, and it's... Thank you, Senator Who Knows What. But, you know, it's really hard to pick the right side on the war on Christmas, because I want to say the holidays are for everybody, but I know the other side is fueled by a fossil fuel, coal-burning white guy who's got a tax haven outside of North America and is dodging labor laws, and he's a fat white piece of shit, and he'll probably win any war that he puts his wallet to, so I'm just going to give that guy cookies and hope that he doesn't blow my brains out.
Down to it. This is why people watch late night.
Male nudity.
As Ann Jew, Hanukkah's coming up, and it's a real bummer to see Big Sock triumph once again. Every year for my dad, for 7 nights of Hanukkah I get socks, and then on the 8th night I just get a big fuck you. That was more of a personal story from my life.
So you lost a hat. Okay. So here we go. So Donald Trump and Emmanuel Macron are having a little bit of a tiff, and we're not talking about the youngest daughter. There apparently will be 100% French tariffs, which means the price of coffee and baguettes and chocolate could skyrocket. I asked a French economist, who is this going to affect, you or me? And he said, we.
Didn't know we were allowed to do France jokes. Everybody loves France jokes. That's obvious. You have a Cybertruck joke?
I might.
You want to do it?
I hope it gets a laugh. Okay, if it gets a laugh, we'll see what it does. It's going to depend upon each other. So, Elon Musk unveiled the new Tesla Cybertruck. It's bulky, it's not efficient, and it shatters at any pressure instantaneously. It's exactly what toxic masculinity looks like going into 2020. It's like I'm helping.
Literally, it's like you're that. So I don't know, you pretty naked.
Well, let's see who laughs more. Your joke.
Okay, this is also a Cybertruck joke to keep it fair.
Okay.
So when I saw the Cybertruck, I just thought, finally, a vehicle the Joker can use to show up 2 hours late to a custody hearing. Am I right? Yeah, they didn't like that one as much. You should probably take some off.
Yeah, I guess. But the last thing I want to say is we had to do sponsored content because we were at a loss to good content in general, and this is all our male minds could come to, which was, you know what would be great? Making everyone hate us. So we're going to toss to a sponsored ad. We do have to sell ad space, so the pharmaceutical industry has got us bad. So if you guys wouldn't mind turning your attention to our sponsors and putting coins in their coffers.
It's got to be like 1 degree out here.
Yeah, but it feels like -7, man. Yo, what's that guy doing, man?
Whoa, what is that guy doing? Brain depression.
You know, I'm fighting depression too. Man, I'm glad we're not like those guys.
Yeah, right? Cheers. You see the game?
Yeah, man. Wizards won, love it.
Are you suffering alone in a world of darkness? Then maybe Rexalzofram is the answer for you. Rexalzofram is a one-of-a-kind FDA-approved treatment for a variety of conditions. If you are feeling crushed under the weight of knowing that life is pointless and no one will remember you ever existed 100 years from now, it's because you're right, they won't. But maybe Chaxonically can help. So Truxabil is scientifically designed to combat feelings of emptiness, ennui, and the existential dread you can't seem to shake when you wake up every morning wondering, do I really love my family? Maybe I'll just fake my own death and disappear to South America. Yeah, that sounds good. Side effects include bad breath, hot feet, and the sudden transformation of your human arms into giant crab claws. Do not take Monoholofree if you are pregnant or live within the Chesapeake Bay watershed. Remember, life is going to throw all kinds of problems your way. Numb yourself to all of them with Wortkarm Cartlarkspatal. Trick yourself into believing you're in control.
Keep it going for Big Pharma.
God, those pills are great. I snorted 5 before the show and I haven't even suicided yet. So
It works. So as you guys can tell, we're learning slowly but surely as we go on this journey.
and
But
Shirley's really hard to get to know.
what a great airplane joke. So we have actually dozens of researchers who set out across the globe to look into just different little nooks and crannies of knowledge and not just only about English muffins, although that was the first thing we asked. And actually we have a report, a special investigative report from one of them. He's a comedian named Kevin Titt. I think, we good to go on that? Okay, I think we're gonna run that. Yeah, this is his investigative report. You can see his chilling dead eyes looking back at you. Great, roll it.
Thank you.
Modern convenience. Everyone lives with them, but can we live without them? Cell phones. They're just televisions that make phone calls. That also tell Jeff Bezos exactly what you're thinking at any given time. But what a lot of people don't know is that there was a day and age when people didn't have them. How did we live before the time of cell phones? And what do you do if your cell phone happens to die while you're out there in the real world? Well, my name is Kevin Titt, and we're here to find out. Cell phones. We use them just about everywhere, for just about everything. From ordering food, to getting a ride, to streaming yourself on the toilet just to prove your shits are as big as you say they are. Before cell phones, people mainly lived and very quickly died in caves. According to a recent survey, most Americans would rather have their entire family ground into a fine paste and baked into their pasta before surrendering their cell phone for even a minute. And so, I decided to leave modern life behind, to live a life the way the cave people did once before. Using state-of-the-art sensory deprivation technology, I was able to limit my ability to see, hear, taste, and touch. While I had my crew walking deep into the woods, where I would find out once and for all if I had what it takes to find my way back without the convenience of modern technology. All right. I have no idea where I am, but I'm pretty sure I'm in nature. Hello, 911? Still useless. Guessing I can figure this out on my own, the way nature intended. With its original cell phone, the human brain. Without access to maps, Google Maps, Waze, or Angry Birds, I didn't know where to go or what to do. Now, the cave people used to say that moss grows on the side of the tree closest to civilization. I don't know what moss looks like. Normally, I would take my phone to find out, but I don't have a phone today. I'm using the old noggin, nature's phone. I think this is... Does that look like moss? Without food, shelter, or technology, I might be ripped apart and eaten by the very same wolves that devoured the cave people's babies all those years ago. I don't know how long I've been out here, but I've been completely alone for a long, long, long time. No trace of any intelligent life, but I'll find my way. Looks like it's getting pretty dark out here. But what the cave people used to do is take 2 sticks and rub them together to make fire. And sometimes that fire led to smoke signals, and people would come for help. But I have no fucking idea how to do that. I've never been a cave person. I've been living on the farm my whole life. Oh, cave people used to sing songs. Adapting to life without technology was extremely difficult, but I knew I had to keep my faculties about me. I can't see shit. Help me! Postmates! Google! Bezos! What the fuck? Harmon! Harmon House! Hello, Mr. Harmon! Help me, Mr. Harmon! Please! Fuck! Come on! Oh, you Harmon shit! Fuck yeah! Get out of here! Please! Help me! I'll do anything! Come on, Verizon! Please! I'll pay for all the minutes! I don't need the data, I just need help! Whatever you need, just give it to me, I'll do whatever it takes! Please! Safely back in a stranger's car. It's a good thing we have cell phones, because life without them is a fucking nightmare. Thank God for Verizon, Singular, Sprint, AT&T, all of them. Because what I learned today was...
Keep it going for Kevin in the field. He was in the right field, doing the right type of work.
Did anybody know any of that? I don't even know who that guy is. That was a crazy video. Thing about video.
What?
I'm just reading my card.
No,
it says,
Yeah, it says say a thing about the video.
We just watched a video.
You know what? Sometimes you're too smart. And with that big brain, can I ask you something?
Yeah, man.
Okay, if you could have any job in the world, what would that job be? Like, dream job, you can do anything you want to do, and there's no limitations.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems
Like
like
if you're
a
going to
stretch.
set up a show on a Sunday night, you'd probably make it about that.
Maybe, I don't know. What is your...
Yeah, I mean, talk show.
No,
You
no,
did
no.
The whole thing we talked about. If you
No.
could be anything, I'd be a talk show host. That's why we did the show.
I don't mean like a human job. I mean like any job in the world. Anything that you can even dream or imagine. Best job in the world. Like me?
What's a non-human job?
Well, I would be a goat. I think that would be a great job.
Why would you be a goat?
Because I'm the greatest of all time.
Oh my god. You think that your 8-time Olympic gold medalist Bjorn Deal, the #1 gold medal winner of all time?
It's like I was born to be this good.
Yeah, well, now that we've won you guys over, we're actually going to bring out our first guest. This is such a big part of talk shows.
The guest.
Talking, the interview. And this guy, he's a fascinating person that we know nothing about. We're going to bring him out here. He just wanted to be described as a thrill seeker extraordinaire.
Well,
which,
I know him because he is famous to me because I keep up with obscure sports. So,
very convincing.
what, don't we all know it? Can we please give it up for Ricky Bundo?
Ricky Bundo?
Thrill seeker extraordinaire. Oh, here he comes. See, I saw him in that uniform last time I saw him on TV.
Looking amazing.
Yeah. What an honor to be here, Ricky.
Oh, thank you guys so much for having me. Yeah.
Of course.
Wow, so who are you and what?
Well, it's a heavy question, man. My name is Ricky Bundo.
I already said that. Next thing. Hurry.
Okay, well, there isn't much more to me, really, because...
Oh, good thing you're on the show. Great. Can't wait to spend 10 minutes doing that. No. You're a thrill seeker.
Oh, yes. I love to really want that life's edge.
What are some of the thrills that you've sucked?
Oh. Well, I come from a long line of thrill seekers, so if it comes to my family, you know, my father before me, he was a naked bear teaser.
A naked bear teaser?
Yes, he would, of course, get completely naked, grease himself up, and attack a wild bear that he's been teasing for days with meat.
And that was his job?
No, nobody paid him for it, but he just kind of got off on it.
Got it.
So, was it sexual with the bear?
I mean, I don't know if the bear was orgasming, but my father certainly was.
Oh, and that's how you were born. You have this thrill-seeking come in your blood.
Yeah, also my mom is a bear.
Interesting. One of my exes was a bear, so it could have been your mom. But where in the world? I mean, I've never heard of naked bear teasing.
Yeah, your accent seems non-American.
It's, I come from a small country called Luckmania.
Called what?
Luckmania.
Luckmania?
Yeah, that's right. You never heard of it?
Sounds like a disease that you would get in Las Vegas from winning too much.
Yeah, I've got luckmania or luck fever.
I'll tell you guys though, it's nobody has mania there. It's a very sad place to live.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, I guess.
It's terribly cold, and there's only about 14 people in the whole country, so...
Wow.
14 people?
Yeah, and they're all assholes.
Including you.
Oh, I'm the biggest one. Why do you think I'm here?
I was under the impression you were here because you of your thrill-seeking lifestyle has led to some pretty famous professional athletes.
Oh yeah, you know I've done it all. I rid the barrel over the Niagara Falls. That was
Wow,
great.
what was that
Yeah.
like?
Oh, pretty quick.
Follow up. Have you ridden a barrel anywhere else?
I did ride the barrel. It was in a house that was had a monkey running around the top of it.
Oh, who hasn't been in a house with a monkey?
Oh,
running
they
around
made
the top of
a video game out there, the Donkey Kong.
it? Well, so you didn't really do that. Mario did it.
Who do you think Mario's based off of?
Oh my
An Italian
God.
And you're not Italian, you're luckmanian.
Oh, that's
which
right.
is where you get the mania.
Oh, but I tell you, it's a very sad place.
Can you tell us about who you're wearing?
Oh, it's a very new form of racing gear for I always put myself in situations where combustion is very likely. So this is a highly flame retardant material.
And
we don't
what
have to use
is
that
the
word.
word that you said?
What's what?
Schmumbustion.
Combustion? That's what powers a race car.
What
Some people think it's internal combustion, but it's combustion.
Ah,
Yeah, see, because Max, you might not know this, but I know Ricky Bundo from Formula One racing.
That's right.
Yeah, because he's according to my notes, and you can dispute this, but you've never won a race and never even come close.
Well, everybody has their ups and downs, but I mostly had downs.
But it says that you're very grateful for the record that you have, which is the most crashes.
Yeah, I've been in the most crashes of anyone in F1 history.
Wow.
Who's still alive?
Oh well, yeah.
R.I.P. Dale.
That's pretty important.
Not a celebrity, just my friend.
How did you get into Formula One?
Oh, I was, it's funny because I was already driving a race car to the streets of Monaco, and I just kind of jumped the barrier and started driving with the pack, and they just let me keep racing ever since.
So you were already in a race car?
Yeah, everybody in Logmania has a race car.
All 14 of you?
Yeah. You're given it at birth.
By who?
The government, big government.
Man, big government's so much cooler than I thought.
Is big government 10 people or is it all 14?
It's the thing is, everybody gets a turn because there's a king of Logmania. He is the big government, but everyone gets a turn at being the king.
So the king is big government, but everybody else gets a turn to be.
Yeah, that's how school government works.
Do
We
you
don't
divide it
participate.
evenly throughout all 14 months of the year?
No, you are you have your king, and if you want your spot at being the king, you have to kill the guy who is already the king. So.
Whoa. So are you
the king?
Well, not technically. The real king he's in a coma. I couldn't actually kill him.
You didn't finish the job.
No. He was my brother, so I couldn't.
So you almost killed your brother.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, that's almost an interesting story to tell on this talk show.
I was going to say, as far as seeking thrills, you're not seeking the death of another person to get your jollies?
No, that's not what racing is all about. The racing is all about, the cool cars, the explosions when you crash, and the orgies.
So it's clear you prefer thrills to kills. I've heard that a lot of rappers use Nas to get a boost while racing. So who's your favorite hip-hop artist?
Oh, I like to go, Run DMC.
Ironic.
Yeah, because they're fast. They're the fast ones.
Well, running is not
They're running?
driving.
Yeah, well.
You wouldn't want to go with Twista, because if you get up to an F5, I mean, that's 200 miles an hour of words.
Oh, I mean, if you've been sucked into a windstorm in a racing car in your life?
A windstorm in a racing car?
I have not seeking that thrill.
Well, you're not truly living, guys. Come on.
Well, I
Tell us
write
what
that in
that's
my
like.
journal every night.
I mean, I don't want to bore you with the details. I really prefer to talk about, the orgies. That's,
I just wish I knew what you wanted to talk about.
The orgies, you tell. Formula One has orgies?
Yeah, I mean, that's it's really what makes everything exciting. Everybody is very good looking. They have actually beautiful wives and girlfriends, and we all get together and have sex.
Is that what happens in professional sports?
Oh, in every professional sport. You guys have you ever seen a golf orgy?
Ugh.
I've never seen a golf orgy. I've barely watched golf.
There's a lot of quiet clapping. It's
Yeah. Sounds unsettling.
Does racquetball have an orgy?
Oh yeah, but I mean, can you really call that a professional sport?
Ooh.
I believe they do.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, I'm so glad there aren't any professional racquetball players here tonight. Otherwise, we might have a fight on our hands.
Oh, they can come at me, bro.
Whoa, you a fighting guy? You like to fight?
Yeah, it's another thrill. Have you ever killed a man?
Well, it sounds like you haven't.
Yeah.
No, I mean, how many people do you think die in a crash in F1? And I've been in all the recent major crashes, so...
Did you ever think about taking your brother's comatose body and just putting it near where you might crash?
You mean faking your own death?
No, I mean making it so that he dies.
So I can be king? Well, I don't know. I don't really want the responsibility.
Yeah, you're pretty libertarian, so you don't believe in big government, so you don't want to be king.
No. Really
Yeah.
just want to find the best orgies.
Call me Simba. I just can't wait to be king.
So if you're looking for the orgies, if there's Formula One racing, is there other formulas to the race?
Oh yeah, there's Formula 1, there's Formula 2, 3.
Whoa, what's the difference?
Well, Formula 2, you have to drive 2 cars at the same time.
Whoa, every man's dream, 2 cars at the same time?
Yeah.
You can keep up.
I mean, well, they're very small. They're only about the size of, like a ski boot.
And did you put them on your feet?
Yeah, you put them on your feet and you skate around.
Where do these races happen? Is this on a racetrack?
It's usually at like a wooden oval that you kind of just circulate.
So sounds like roller derby or roller skating?
I've heard it called that, yeah.
And that's Formula 2 compared to Formula
Yeah,
1.
so you get good in the roller skates and then they put you in the race car.
Is Formula 3 cars and they're like the size of like Kleenex boxes?
No, I mean, Formula 3 is really more, it's all about math problems. Nobody really
It's like a theoretical form of racing.
Yeah.
Trigonometry, because
Yeah.
the 3 and trig, right? Is that how the numbers
That's
work?
exactly it.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure. So you were already in your Luckmania race car when you careened into a race, and the government gives you a car. I just, what type of life have you led leading up to that? Leading up to that point, like, what do you?
How old were you?
Yeah, and where do you get all
Oh,
these?
that's the thing. Luckmania has the longest life expectancy of any country in the world.
Wow. So how old were you when you started racing?
Oh, I was already about 75.
Oh, so you're older than 75 right now.
How old do you think I am?
Well, maybe you drove so fast that you traveled back in time. I cannot rule that out as a
Oh,
possibility.
that's very true.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm 147.
Whoa.
Wow, we should have had you on here as the oldest living man.
Yeah, well, they didn't, it's really about the Luckmania lifestyle.
What makes it different?
Oh, we like to eat healthy food. There's a traditional dish that is pickled sheep's uterus. Anyone?
Anyone.
Anyone? You try it?
Anyone.
Is anyone here one of the 13 other people that knows what he's talking about?
Or familiar with the grindcore band Pickled Sheep's Uterus? No.
No, they're from Luckmania.
Of course they are. Yeah, the roots of blackest metal.
Yeah.
Well, so,
The roots.
and you're just, you make all your money by winning or crashing or, because
Well-
I remember you jumping out of a blimp and throwing a grenade in the tailpipe.
Yeah, they especially designed that. Normally, most hot air balloons don't have tailpipes, but they designed one for me especially to explode it. It was great.
Wow.
Been thrill seeking for forever.
Oh yeah. So I'm extremely rich. So
Oh, okay.
that's just how you kind of just buy yourself in this kind of lifestyle.
Okay. So,
What a relatable message to kids out there who might be watching this on
Yeah,
television.
no skill, no drive. I don't really care about winning. Like I said, I just crash all the
Already
time.
be rich.
Yeah, and
no
Was there
drive
any
in your
other
Formula
sort of
One
parting
car?
message that you want to leave our audience with? You want to tell us about the world of racing or thrill seeking?
I would say, if you're going to enter into professional sport, make sure it's one that has good checks.
So I guess football's out.
Yeah, I'd say.
Because no one's getting good brain there, right?
Oh.
Sorry, it was in my notes. I'm sorry, CT, it was in my notes.
Yeah, I was reminded that you have it.
Yeah.
So, I would say, it's probably next to Formula One, the orgies are pretty good, but
So your message to kids starts.
Wait.
It's probably.
It's right. The orgies are pretty good in Formula One. Second, but the first, Scrabble. Professional Scrabble.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit, those guys can fuck. You know what I mean?
ORGY on a triple word score.
Man, you definitely want
So
to.
somebody just came in the audience.
We got that spelling-based content. Anyway, Ricky Bundo, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
guys.
seeking the thrill
Thank
of
you,
coming and
Chinden.
talking to our crowd. Everybody give it up for Formula One's #1 crashiest driver and sex maniac, Ricky Bundo, everybody.
What a strange, degenerate man.
What a freaky lunatic. That
I
outfit
should take
did
a
look
sip
solid.
from my mug.
Yeah, take a sip. Yeah, you got to get your daily greens in. Well, someone here's not healthy. They groaned.
Seems like you guys could maybe use some emotional breathing room after that last interview. Would you be okay with some more stand-up comedy? Yeah. Would another comedian come up here? We've got a very funny comedian here. He's coming on stage no matter what, so it's happening. Please, clap it up. Starting now. Start now. Start your clap. Kiragu, BA2.
What's going on, people? Yes, I got a question right at the top that was not what I was expecting. You said, where's my name from? Oh, that's dope. I can tell by that chocolate in your tone. You're from the same region and yeah. My name's Kiragu. Not what he said, it's Kiragu Buta. All right, Kiragu Buta. It's okay if you mess it up. My grandmother called me kangaroo till I was 6. All right, my father's from Kenya.
Oh my God, hold on.
Yeah. It was a whole thing. My mother didn't want me to work for white people, so she named me this. She was like looking at the list like, that's a cute rock. All right, next. All right. Yeah, she's digging in her purse and stuff. I'm like, am I about to get shot? What tribe is it? Kenya got all types of stuff and all. They got tribal shit. I'm like, I don't know what's about to go down. It's a fucking Watutsi's in this motherfucker. All right. Yeah. I want to apologize ahead of time, y'all, if I tell like any racial jokes. All right, that's my mother's fault. She did a lot of weird stuff growing up. Growing up, she got me a Nelson Mandela lunchbox. It didn't have his picture on it or anything. It just didn't have any food inside. Just flies. I'm not even sure what the message was at all. It's a very political time. Y'all agree? Yeah, it's crazy out here. It's getting so political now, you can measure how far you gotta go based on the number of protests you have to pass. You know what I mean? Like, where you going? Oh shit, you about to be late. Look, head on down past the Black Lives Matter march, make a left. All right, when you get to the pro-life rally, make a right. When you get to the Klan rally, speed up. You're almost there. Yeah, it's weird, politics now, I try to imagine, somebody rising up like a leader and all, like a Martin Luther King, you know what I mean? But it's hard, I can't imagine, a Martin Luther King now. Y'all, I have a dream. But before I tell you about that dream, I ask that all of you turn your phones to silent. This month's been brought to you by Verizon. She's still digging in this purse. It's all crinkly, it's all types of sounds in there. It's like one of the Foley stage in this bitch. What the fuck is with that purse? Another dimension in that bitch. Yeah, it's very political, but I don't really go to political things. You know what I mean? Like the Million Man March. I didn't go. I didn't see what's the big deal of having a Million Man March in DC when it's already a million black people in DC. All they had to do is just come outside. You want to impress me? Look, don't give me a Million Man March in DC. Give me a Million Man March in Iowa. Alright? That'll wake them the fuck up. You know what I mean? This could be our way of getting reparations. We just take a million random black people, just move to your state and don't leave until you give us something. This shit could work out. No, you go over to fucking Iowa, they be watching you come in. You gonna figure some shit out. No, they're like, what we got? They start piling up corn on you. You know what I mean? Kick you over to Wisconsin. And they start whipping cheese at you. All right, you come to Maryland and all they got is crabs. All that work for a little bit of meat. That's Melania's job. A lot of people been very excited about all the stuff that's coming out, like the Mueller report and then all this other shit that's going on with Ukraine and all, and everybody's hoping for impeachment, right? I'm not with that shit. I really want to see what happens in season 2. And I what I try to do is I try to focus on what we all have in common, You know what I mean? Like, what's all alike, you know? Because shit is crazy now. It's real crazy. Like, you got, like, white Americans rooting for the Russians. Look, I hear that. Look, I'm old enough to remember those were the only white people we could get mad at. You know what I mean? You could be surrounded, about to be hate crimes and all, and be like, fuck Russia! You're right, fuck Russia! You know? That could save you and shit, but now it's like white people are rooting for the Russians, right? And now you got fucking black people, y'all. African Americans are rooting for the FBI. Black people, y'all, are rooting for actively cheering for the FBI. You know, the same FBI was bugging King and all this other shit. That same FBI, they fucking got the app on their phone. They following the shit. They like, yeah, any day now. This shit is not fucking right, yo. It's weird. I've been like trying to like think of ways to solving this shit and think of ways where like and all. Best thing I can come up with is I need to encourage white people to fight each other. I can't do it, y'all. I can't get my hands dirty. It's all up to y'all, okay? So, take that paddywhack, give a crack a little smack. You know, I'm like going in the mall, like pushing white people together and shit, just trying to get going, you know? If you got like a friend that's like losing that shit on Facebook and all that, they saying all types of crazy shit, don't unfriend them, like fucking troll them. Right? That's your duty as an American, troll the fuck out of them, you know? Like, look, like I said, what we have in common is like, Donald Trump, he's kind of like, he's the Tyler Perry of white people. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't like him, your cousins do. And I think, like, before the election, like, everybody was getting it all fucked up because they were, like, focused on the wrong shit. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was focused on the enthusiasm gap, right? Enthusiasm. Like, it was like, oh, the Trump supporters are way more enthusiastic than the Hillary supporters, right? I was like, that's, of course, you know, because racists are always more enthusiastic. Have you ever seen a depressed racist? No. No. Every time you see a racist, it's like, woo! They all blowing the jugs and shit. World 2,000 years old. Global warming is a trick. Black people don't feel pain. That's why every time I see groups of really enthusiastic white people, I get really nervous. All right, calm down. Run me up out of here and shit. Y'all get too excited and shit. Get everybody all on the same page. Shit goes wrong. Everybody's like, USA. I'm like, oh shit, where the exits? Start checking. You know, like, I think that, like, if there's one thing that I do like about Trump, it's not a lot. There's one thing I like about him, right, is that he's a reliable liar.
Does that even make sense?
I love that, yes. It's like he say left, go right. He say up, get fucked down, you know? Every time, it's like, I love that shit. It's fucking consistent. I can deal with it, right? Like, look, stay with me on this, look. I'm a big believer in science, y'all, right? Everybody, yay science? Right? Yes, I believe in vaccines and all that, right? Right. But don't ask me to get like a flu shot with this administration in it. They ain't gonna Tuskegee me. They have every nigga in the country with it. He's like, I'm a virgin. How'd I get it? Yeah, let me get out of here on this. I mentioned my mother in the beginning. My mother, her maiden name is Carter. You know, Carter, right? I took that as like further evidence of just how lazy the white man truly is. I mean, like, you already brought us all the way over here. All you had to do is name us. Naming niggas is hard. over there, Carter? You bake me a cake, Baker. You, Johnson. That's why there's so many black people named Johnson. Yeah, my name is Kiraji. Peace.
Killer stuff, good stuff. Yeah,
Okay, we gotta do a tech reset here. So this is a very important.
Yeah, these unpaid interns sure do ask for money all the time.
Yeah. Go to basketballreference.com. I got some questions.
All right, so our next segment is Truth or Dare.
What?
So
No.
we're gonna play Truth or Dare. Max will pick a truth or a dare, and then he will have to do the
I'm
truth
not.
or the dare.
That's wrong.
No, that's what it says here in my notes.
You're reading the wrong notes.
Truth.
Nope.
Go.
In all truth, I decided to bail on this bit.
That is boring. We're gonna go with dare. Max picked dare, right?
I guess so. I'm daring you. So I guess I dare you
Oh no!
to play.
Don't do it.
That's yours.
I can't handle it.
Hot takes.
Woo! Hot takes.
Yep.
Do you think a full screen image would help us explain that?
Well, I don't know. It might set things up pretty nicely.
Why don't you explain the rules of hot takes to this beautiful crowd of ours tonight?
Well, we both agree you're beautiful. Ooh. Hot takes is a game where, as you guys know, you can't say anything these days without being punished for it. And is it real punishment that will actually affect you? No. But much like hot sauce, it'll annoy you, and while it's happening, you'll be like, oh
Shut up,
God.
we have to do it!
Okay, we gotta do as many hot takes as possible.
Okay, hot take. Joe, if you give me drugs at a party and I start to freak out and you calmly bring me to a point of peace, I'm gonna consider you a friend. Hot take!
Bam.
Ah!
Okay, hot take. If I was placed alone in a room with Baby Yoda, Paula Dean, and a gun with only 2 bullets, I'd plug that weird green little piece of shit twice.
Hot take, okay, your grassroots efforts to combat corporate climate change are not enough. It doesn't matter if you recycle or bike. It seems that the concerted effort we're putting towards this is not enough to save the planet for future generations. Hot take!
Wow. How hot are you feeling?
I feel like Earth. I'm burning up.
Eggnog is nothing but sugar-filled reindeer cum, and if you've ever enjoyed a glass, you are complicit in Santa's deer-based handjob empire.
Boy, is that a hot take. Get that down, you greasy piece of shit. Hot take. I think sex work should be legal. Because my job sucks. And I would much rather jack off on webcam than jack off on my boss for Bitcoin.
Hot take. Okay, I don't want to upset anybody with this one, but hot take. Barack Obama? Yeah, I'd rather pet a llama. They're cute.
Woo! That is a very hot take. Who's this? In this nightmare landscape of fast food eateries, my hot take is this. You can take your money anywhere you want, but Burger King is back.
Wow. That take's so hot it's flame broiled. Okay, again, I don't want to ruffle feathers with this one, but Michelle Obama? No problems for me. Home stretch.
Okay, drugs. I think it should be illegal for white people to possess or smoke weed. I think weed is an escape from the harsh reality that we're stuck in, and I think white people should be in prison watching people of other races casually use the drug that we're on.
Hot take. Okay, this one's also about white people. The Great British Bake Off. Are we sure that they're all okay? All of their food is cloves and dove's hearts mixed into a cake. I'm just worried about all of those sad people who are somehow whiter than me and trapped on an island.
All right, that's that last hot take, Max. Get it down, get it down. Now, thank you guys so much. I kind of lost count about my hot takes. I'll tell you that. So,
oh,
Don't
wow.
touch your eyes.
Why? They hurt!
Okay. Red Rooster Louisiana hot sauce. Not only is it $1.95 by the place by my house,
but it tastes like shit.
And it'll make your whole body hurt. The bottoms of my feet are on fire. Please help.
All right. So we got a little I'm gonna try. I got a thought experiment in the chamber. So our next idea, we've been doing some brain noodling on. That means we get an idea, we noodle it around in our brain, and we bring it to you.
That's the sound.
There it is. So we had an idea. We're gonna do a little thought experiment.
And here's the thing, we're true mind warriors for truth, right? We're not afraid of a little introspection to look at ourselves and say, hey, one, maybe both of the people up here are white. One, maybe both the people up here are men.
But we're also into outrospection. So when you look at the fields of medicine, engineering, and homicide, white men keep stealing the thunder. There's plenty of female architects, doctors, and murderers out there that keep blocking me on Bumble.
So you want to make sure we talk about female school shooters also?
Not enough of them! Not enough of them!
No, that's what we're saying. We need some female school shooters.
Yes, we need women to start representing where men are overrepresented.
White males.
Well,
yeah.
Black men ain't shooting up schools.
Black men are shooting up schools, and I don't know if we're pro or against that at this point.
But I'm so glad that the only intern we pay is our fact checker, and they.
Well, I'll do more shots if it'll make you feel better. Here's the thing. We thought about it, and we thought we would check in with an influential woman, mentally for this. Yes. And so what we did is we thought about what Carrie Bradshaw would do. And much like her, we couldn't help but wonder, what if a woman hosts talk show?
What if? And, I was at a 9-day ayahuasca youth training camp, and I realized that, one woman is one, but two women, well, that's twice the amount.
And we already know what you guys are thinking. Where would anyone find two women? But we did.
We found these two at the mall.
Yeah,
So,
the National Mall.
don't tweet us, okay? That's all I had on my card. Just don't tweet us.
Yeah, please. Because we don't have Twitter, so it'd be very difficult for everybody involved. I think we're ready to bring up, this is a full-on thought experiment. You saw what happens when men are allowed to host a show. We just drink hot sauce in front of people for no reasons.
And I was in my underwear. So we figured, could more education, more entertainment, and more thought-provoking comedy be brought by two capable women?
Yeah.
We don't know yet, okay? It's an experiment. That's the hypothesis.
Yeah, let's respect the hypothesis, ma'am.
That's why we got them. To respect.
So let's get them up here. They are going to be taking over the show for this thought experiment. They are now your hosts as of this moment. Start clapping for Kate Flaherty and Maddie Brannon.
Hey guys, how's it going? Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we are Kate and Maddie, and we are so excited to be here.
Yeah.
You guys are not convinced. Yeah, no, I know what you're thinking. We are two hosts here in the DMV. We are ladies. So we've been doing this for longer with less recognition. But
That's not a joke, that's real.
yeah, no, we are so excited that Max and Andrew asked us to be guests. Yeah. And not hosts.
Yes.
For an
We were-
experiment.
So stoked. This is basically a favor.
Yeah. Excited about
Okay, well, usually during our show we have a special segment that we call Cosmo Corner. That's one of our favorites, so we're gonna do that version here. If we could have the slide.
Oh, intern. There you are.
Our women interns would never have this happen. All right.
Never on our show.
Cosmo Corner is the part of the show where we talk about what basically the media is telling women to do in several ways. So next slide.
It's usually wrong.
The first thing we're going to go through is we have some Cosmo titles here. 2 of them are real and 1 of them is fake. So the first one is The Sexy Secret to Making Smart Decisions. The next one is Are You a Slut? Question mark.
Are you?
The next one is Leanne Rimes Stole My Husband. Round of applause if you think number 1 is fake.
All right.
Just one lady. Number 2, Are You a Slut? Question mark. Okay. Last one, Leanne Rimes Stole My Husband. Okay, you guys are all wrong. It's actually number 2, Are You a Slut? I made that myself. Leanne Rimes, you should look her up. Very scandalous. She definitely stole someone's husband.
I don't want to brag, but I did sing one of her hit singles at my Catholic school talent show.
It was also a subplot of Real Housewives. I don't know if you guys watched that, but yes, I do. Yes, all right, you know. Okay, next round, please.
Next round. You guys are getting good.
Sex and the Apocalypse, the Survival Guide. Number
How do you
2.
do in the apocalypse?
True Crime, How a Girls' Night Out Turned to Tragedy. Dun dun dun. 3. Why Men Marry Some Women and Not Others.
Don't worry, that one can't hurt your feelings.
And it should also have a double hyphen. Okay, who thinks number 1 is fake?
All right, good.
Who thinks True Crime is fake? That was a lot.
Know when I liked it.
I know, that was really confident. Number 3, Why Men Marry Some Women and Not Others.
Honestly, everyone's like, no, that feels like Cosmo.
Yeah. It was actually the Apocalypse. I made that one up. Congratulations. You guys don't win anything, but on our show you would. Okay, next. Next slide.
All right, last round. Time to redeem yourselves if you haven't already.
What 81% of men expect on a first date? You'll be pleasantly surprised. Very specific number there.
That means not anal.
Can't go one show without her mentioning anal. Number 2, 9 times you won't burn in hell for being bitchy. And the final one, 101 cat names you should tell your, that should say boyfriend, but I typed birthday.
Tell your boyfriend on your birthday. Spoiler alert, you're getting a cat, he's leaving you.
Okay, I think this is pretty obvious, right? It's number 3, because I messed up the typo. Thank you. That was embarrassing. All right, well, we can go to the next slide. So, there we go. Okay. All right, so the next part, we're going to, usually we pick out a couple of articles we discuss from Cosmopolitan. So Kate actually has one for us.
Yeah, hear from this Cosmo. Look at it, look at it. No magic here, folks. All right, so since we're in the holiday season, I wanted to try and keep stuff topical for everyone, very top of mind. So this article is the best places to have sex while you're home for the holidays.
Buckle up.
Yeah. All right, does anyone have any guesses before we go in?
Car by the fireplace.
By the fireplace? Somebody's romantic. You guys are touching each other. I like it.
You have a beautiful love.
Did you say in the grass?
In the garage.
Oh, more specifically?
It does feel car adjacent. So the first one is actually the guest room. Because everyone will think you're just sleeping.
Yeah.
Because when you go into your bedroom with a significant other at 3 p.m., everyone thinks it's for sleeping.
I also I don't have a guest room in my house, so it would be on the sleeper sofa, which is pretty gross.
That's just a pull-out method for life.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Wow, hated that joke. All right, let's go next one.
Fantastic. I say that a lot. All right, number 2, the car, everybody, you did it!
Yeah, it sounds like some people have experience with that.
They say, make sure there are no security cameras.
Just in case you end up on the naughty sex offender list, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Santa and the police will haunt you for years. All right, number 3 is outside.
In the winter.
In the winter!
I guess if you live in like Florida or something, is anybody from it? Nope. Okay. Just one person.
They do suggest that you bring a blanket. Because you're so horny.
Yeah, you're just so horny you're gonna fuck outside.
On the ground, like God intended. Wonderful. And number 4, my personal favorite, the kitchen. Yeah, no, they said,
someone just went, ooh, they're gonna try that out.
They advise that you tell your parents that you're gonna help out in the kitchen, and then when they leave, you get into it.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Just have some like little cousin of yours walk in and you're just like, I thought this was the best place to do this.
You're gonna fuck up Timmy's life.
Yeah.
Every time. Well, so that is, oh wait, do we have any more places to, oh my god, there is one more. Guys, are you ready?
Yes.
The last place that Cosmo thinks that you should have sex when you're home for the holidays is the hot tub or shower. Because all you want for Christmas is a UTI. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's classy as fuck.
That's a fuck no. Shower sex is a lie. I mean, it happens. It's just a lie when they say they like it. And that's Cosmo Corner from Kate. You're welcome.
She likes claps. Thank you.
I do live for the applause, much like Lady Gaga and other child stars.
Okay, so the article that I picked out was more of just like a general Cosmo article. It's called The Secret to Getting Any Guy. I don't know if anyone here is interested in the secrets.
Even your coworker, Brian.
The subplot of this article was already offensive. This is from 2010, so very cancel culture. It says, a low-cut top and a smile may lure him in, but you need to appeal to his subconscious to make him stay. This is real. So the first one said, don't disregard the basics. And I was like, what does that mean? And apparently somebody with a PhD weighed in and said, only go out with 2 of your girlfriends at a time. Because if you have more, it will confuse the men trying to talk to you.
Sarah, you're not fucking invited. We've hit the limit.
If you have more than 2 friends with you, you're supposed to make one of your friends take a lap every 30 minutes.
There are timetables. You need a circuit app. That'll really help you.
The second one was show off your neck and shoulders, which is very, very weird. It doesn't explain why. It just says it has less to do with displaying lots of cleavage and more to do with flaunting your shoulders. And it's a different PhD person that they quoted, some other guy, which I didn't realize you could have a PhD in whatever.
I just like, they're like, I know this sounds sexist, but it's a doctor, so.
Yeah, they were having a fire sale on University of Phoenix degrees that week.
Cyber Monday.
Oh, does somebody do you have a University of Phoenix degree?
Oh god.
Okay, well, I was like, why do you give a shit?
It's gonna burst into flames right here.
Okay, the last one is subtly show off your lower half. Get ready for this. Try crossing or uncrossing your legs every minute or 2, which draws attention to a body part men crave touching. And it never tells you which part. I'm assuming it means your vagina.
It probably means vagina.
Which is fucking exhausting. So you gotta be taking laps, you gotta be closing and opening your legs. I said vagina and music started playing. You got inspired.
I just like the doctors can't say vagina, but they can say show your neck more. It's fun.
Yeah, it's very much like for serial killers. Oh yeah. Okay, so we'll do a quick bonus round. This was at the end of the article. Very important. It says what not to get noticed for if you're trying to get a man's attention. And one of them said, screaming, don't touch my man at any girl who's touching any man at the bar. Very specific. This writer clearly has a friend and was like, that's exactly what you don't do. I will put this in my blog post tomorrow.
Now you believe me?
Yeah.
No, my favorite is that I feel like whoever wrote that was just like, I saw Degrassi and I know what not to do now.
Interesting.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, we're white and women, so we're going to do astrology before we close out the Cosmo Corner.
You were like, but where's the astrology in all this? It's here. Don't you worry. All right, guys, you ready? So I want to preface that when I was looking for these horoscopes, because we try and make them fun, we were like, what if they were boss bitch themed? And all the zodiacs that came up really were, what kind of bitch are you? Based on your zodiac sign.
Who would like to know what kind of bitch they are? A lot of women. I'm really into this. And one man. What? You're an Aries? Why don't you? Okay,
Right.
so do Aries first, not Aquarius. Aquarius?
All right. Okay, so Aries, oh God, I'm so sorry. So just for the record, whoever wrote this hates women. You're a flaky bitch. This bitch is lazy as shit. Most likely to say, whoops, I forgot my dog is dying at 2.
Just in case you schedule that thing. You know what I mean? Does that sound like you? A little bit. You're like, not gonna lie, that sounds right.
R.I.P. Oreo. All right.
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Okay, hold on. I'm ready. Oh God. Again, this author hates women. You're the Kylie Jenner wannabe bitch.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, it's all real. I'm just saying.
I'm so sorry.
The fact that all the women are eating us up is the problem. I think
That's how these articles get made.
tell us we're bitches.
Yeah, it says this bitch cakes up her makeup so much. God, you could light a birthday candle on her face and make a wish for her to exit your life.
That's a real article.
That's real. Someone really wrote that about a person.
I don't feel like that's true. Is that true?
Honestly, I have lipstick on and nothing else.
Yeah.
But thanks.
Yeah.
God, I have so much makeup on.
Do Capricorn.
Okay, last one. All right. Oh my God, Capricorn, you got the nicest one.
Thank you.
You're the basic bitch. And it just says, this bitch shits pumpkin spice lattes. Honestly, that is the nicest one in this article.
Yeah, we don't know what that means, but that's better than the other ones.
It's orange, I think that's what that means.
Okay, well, that's been Cosmo Corner. Thank you guys so much for participating. Again, we didn't write any of those articles, so please don't tweet at us.
Don't get mad. We did have a little something special for our hosts.
If Andrew
and Max
come back to the stage.
Come on back up, guys.
If you could go to the next slide, please.
You know what?
We have a very special version of Celebrities Read Mean Tweets for you guys. So Max, you're going to read the first one, and Andrew, you're going to read every second one.
Okay.
And again, this is sponsored by the Women's History Center. Thank you.
All right.
First tweet.
Ooh. Saw Max Wilson do stand-up last night. Why does he always look like he's going to try to talk his audience into buying war bonds?
And just for some context, this is actually by Max's fiance.
Give it up for Alex.
And let's also give it up for the value that war bonds provide. Even to this day. Oh, is the country not at war? Spoiler alert.
Okay, next tweet.
Alright, I gotta figure out how to read. Just spotted Andrew Hall and Max Wolfson at the gym. They were just staring into each other's eyes, doing bicep curls and screaming. Well, so, it's part of, so we told ourselves, we're gonna do legs! And then we did bicep curls because muscle confusion is the fastest way to get results.
It adds up.
And this again by Pete Musto, who you might have seen earlier, one of your very close friends. Okay,
I believe that.
next slide.
Ex-friend.
Max Wilson's haircut explains why his girlfriend only hangs out with lesbians. To be fair, when I went in to the barber, I said, I want Elizabeth Warren's haircut.
Big shout out to Max's fiance once again.
Alright, next slide.
Intern. Our interns don't do this.
Is it just me, or does Andrew Hall look like he's one outfit change away from being a guy who open carries his AR-15 into a Trump rally?
Yeah, also by a close friend of his. Alright, next tweet.
I wonder what that outfit would be.
Congrats to Max Wolfson and Andrew Hall on their Odd Futures album, a reference everyone gets. We needed more white men in rap.
Okay, last tweet.
May 6, 2015.
Damn.
Long time ago.
It sounds like someone messed up. All right.
Is Max Wolfson and Andrew Hall's partnership some kind of bisexual conversion therapy? Because Max has been cuffing his pants a lot recently.
As a straight white man, I can tell you that's the most important part of being bi.
And I tried to teach him how to cuff his sleeves of his shirt, but he couldn't get the top confused with the bottom. It was, there's two things to pick from. He doesn't know which one to do right.
There's two things?
Oh, there's more than two things.
Whoa.
69 to be exact.
69's a lot. Okay, that has been mean tweets, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great. So I think what we should do is quickly reestablish the patriarchy on stage. Keep it going for Kate and Maddie.
They also do hilarious duo comedy throughout the city because they are...
Duo comedy.
That means they both do it like this.
Well, hard to know what it means. Up next, we have our second... This is our second sponsor, right?
It says we're going to focus on religion.
Oh, no.
Great. So this is like a...
We took God's money? That guy is a prick.
Well, maybe it could be Scientology. You don't know what real religion. I guess we'll have to find out by watching. So this is some of the religious sponsorship we use to keep the lights on.
Dad, do you want what God promised you?
Oh my God.
If you give up easily, you didn't want it bad enough. If you let people discourage you, bad breaks talk you out of it, delays cause you to quit believing, then you're going to miss
Oz Team Fest. Music, comedy, and faith festival of all time. We're gonna party like it's Jesus' birthday, y'all. Get ready for the greatest 24 hours of your life as Joel Osteen brings you the best Christianity has to offer. That's right. We jam the 3-day festival's lineup into one overflowing day. How do we do it? Well, God moves in mysterious ways. There's our money. Don't worry about it. Just be there. What's that? It's on a random Tuesday in February and you can't make it. Don't worry. Jesus has the answer. But you won't hear it unless you're at this fest. So who's performing at this festival, you ask? Well, I'm pretty sure Jesus said don't ask questions. But I'll let it slide this time, since I was going to tell you anyway. We got Kanye West.
God, show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down.
Kid Rock.
And that's
Ted Nugent.
there is no other God-given, constitutionally guaranteed individual right except the Second Amendment that you need a government-issued permit to live. This is insanity.
P.O.D. Pastor
And what
Pace.
God is after is favoring us so he can increase us, not because he want to increase, so he can promote us, so he can ultimately get us into the life that he had planned for us all along.
Real Christy. CNC Music Factory. The one non-Jew from the Lonely Island.
I got that white pussy. I got that white pussy. I got that pussy on lock.
This dog that only barks at black people. And so many more. And that's not all. We've also got comedians to send you straight to heaven with giggles. Featuring Owen Benjamin.
You have to understand, thinking that World War II is about the Holocaust or the Civil War is about slavery is so naive, and I understand you've been brainwashed your whole life, but it makes absolutely no sense when you think about it.
A roast battle between Jeff Dunham's puppet and Terry Vader's puppet. And our very own Joel Osteen tries his hand at stand-up comedy.
I heard about this man that was walking on the beach. God said, son, you've been so faithful, I'm going to grant you one special wish. He was so excited. He said, God, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, but I'm afraid to fly. So my wish is that you would build me a bridge across the ocean. God said, son, that's totally impossible. Think of the logistics of that. Now take some time and wish again. He said, okay, God, I've been married 4 times. All my ex-wives say I am so insensitive. So my wish is that I would be able to understand a woman. I want to know why they think like they think, why they feel like they feel. There was a long pause. God said, do you want 2 lanes or 4 lanes on that bridge?
Let's talk about all the amazing things you can do. We have amazing seminars, like Cash for Christ, how to take a little money and make it enough to give more to the church. Simplification, how to get home water at home, straight from the tap. Personal space, the lesson of doubting Thomas. Stigmata, put these holes in my hands. And say, you've got kids. Well, bring them. We love kids here. Kids, we know you've thought about it. Now you can. You want to ride the spinning globe? We even have seminars for the kids.
Let me say something about Harry Potter. Warlocks are enemies. And I don't care what kind of hero they are. They're an enemy of God. And had it been in the Old Testament, Harry Potter would have been put to death.
Houston, Texas, 77027. Doors open at 5. Doors close if it starts to rain or if you're poor. That's your favorite reading will be surrounded by God's chosen as you experience the closest thing to the rapture yet.
Give it up for an omnipotent God, everybody! He sees us when we're sleeping.
Keep it going for Joel Osteen. He looks like if the 2 of us were slammed together in a particle accelerator. Wow, I was going to look down at my cards to tell us who's up next, but there's a more advanced system where we can just look over
Whoa! If only I knew how to read.
Well, according to this chicken scratch I put down on here,
Jennifer Emma, we're going to have some comedy for you. Come on.
Hi, everybody. Woo! Wow, that was an exciting thing we just watched, right? I actually know some people that might go to it, especially with the Kanye part. I know what you guys are thinking when you saw me. I look mixed. Oh, see? I heard the butt cheeks clench. You're right, I am mixed. I'm black mixed with more black. You guys can laugh. Yay. Woo! I'm so happy you guys came in. When I saw you, I was like, yay! There's black people here. So I kind of want to tell you my origin story of that. I'm 31 now. I want to show you what's happening. I'm happy I'm dark skinned because I'm actually 120 and I look like I'm 12. So it's all going well. But when I was growing up, it was pretty hard to be dark skinned. I went from private school to public school, which was a big mistake. Going from Montgomery County to PG. Oh no. Oh no. Yes. And so I remember I was walking into science class and I started to have roasting, joning, right? For the white people in the audience, it's kind of like a deaf comedy jam for middle schoolers, right? And so I remember this guy named Michael, and he saw me, and before I could even talk, he was like, "You're so dark. Lightning bugs follow you during the day." And I was like, that's like a scientific irregularity. He's wrong, right? Because I was kind of smart. And so like the second joke was, you're so dark you leave fingerprints on charcoal. And I was kind of like, I can't be this ashy. I know I put on cocoa butter. I'm glad the black people in the audience are laughing. Thank you. I grant you white people black privilege. This is what I'm you guys are laughing, but it's true. But the last joke really got me. It was, you're so dark that when you walk into a parking lot, all the check engine lights turn on. And it took me 15 years to get that joke, right? Because he was like, wait, I was like, wait, I'm so black. Like that I turn all the oil dark and the check engine lights turn on. And then I was like, that's just a good joke. That's just good writing. How do they do that? I need them now. But for me, the jokes weren't really the bad thing. It was the laughter, right? Because the black people couldn't testify. When black people laugh at you, you cry. So like, I'm gonna give you 3 types of laughter. The first was the high jumper, where it was like, the second one was the runner. I'm gonna need your help. Can you hold this?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Oh, God. Did you really make fun of him? And the last one, which is my favorite, it's like the clutch and grab. It's like, and they're talking to you. Did you hear them make that joke about you? Did you hear them say you were ashy? And I'm like, I was there. I heard it. So I kind of want to go forward in my journey, right? So I want to talk about these great boobs, and I don't know what happened here. So I eventually went to a white high school, and I took AP history classes. So of course that meant I like white men. That's just a fact. That's not a joke. And one of the things I learned about white men is they love boobs. Do you love boobs? Yes. And I didn't have any, so I had to pray for them. And they came. And so I was so happy. But the thing about it was like I kind of changed demographics, kind of like Democrats do to win an election. That's politics. And so then I started to like black guys, right? So let's say in college there are like black guys. And let's not call him Tyrone, because that's a little bit too black for me. Let's call him Daryl. That's a little safer. And I was dating them and stuff like that, and you want to have compliments from your significant other. You want them to compliment you. And I would be like, hey Daryl, I'm gonna tune it out. And I'd be like, do I look cute? And Daryl would be like, you look proportional. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's a fraction or something. That's good. He does math. And then I tried again, because I did like the Instagram put out, right? And he was like, babe, you have a personality. You don't need that. And right? Like at 20 years old. Oh, you said Yes. So you know what I decided to do? I did what any white woman would do on U Street in Lululemon pants. I decided to do squats. Y'all laughing, but you guys are getting thicker. And so, because I had friends, right? Like I had this friend named Kat, and she had these powerful assets, right? So, when she would walk into a group of black men, like they would part like the Red Sea. We used to call it like the Moses effect. I remember one time we were walking on U Street, right? We were walking, and there was this car driving in the opposite direction. It busted a U-turn. Almost caused like a 5-car pileup, right? And I think he rolled down the window because it was like a cheap car. And he was like, God damn! And in that moment I was like, I need that power. So, they say, so I started doing squats. And they say like with great power comes great responsibility, right? I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that responsibility. And so, when I was doing the squats, I was looking cute. Guys were like, little girlfriend's like, girl, you looking thick. I was like, I know, I look thick. Hey! This dress is like tricking you. So I was like, okay. But then, so what happened was, there was this old black man at my job, right? His name is Oscar. He looks like he's been there since slavery. Because have you ever seen a young black man named Oscar? And we can't fire him because we want him to have retirement. And he saw me and he said, no disrespect. He's about to say no disrespect. And for all the white people in the audience, whenever a black person says no disrespect or with all due respect, it's going to be the most disrespectful shit you've ever heard. And so he was like, no disrespect. You looking thicker than a Snickers. I was like, okay, all right, I do like candy. This is not bad, we can leave here. But then he was like, or like, he's like, I feel like you've been doing squats. And I was like, yeah, I've been doing squats. Then he went, or somebody's finally hitting it right. And I said, God damn, Oscar, why? We were so good. And then I thought about Michelle Obama because she's my idol. And she said, when they go low, you go high. And I said, Oscar, with all due respect, you got the best titties I've ever seen. But the problem was, Karen from HR heard that. So I'm in trouble now and I had to do an article on body shaming. Don't do that. But thank you guys, that's my time.
Keep it going for Jennifer Ramo, everybody. Man, tremendous. Yes, it's before our band leads us in our final song, we have one more guest, and they're here to teach us about the intellectual daddy of the data world, also known as science.
You know, science it's how we power our cars. It's how we teach dogs religion. But does it have any practical applications?
You know, Albert Einstein said E equals MC squared. And as an MC, I don't really care about any U squares. So we should please clap it up to Einstein apologist and NASA crisis actor, Kasha Patel. In our final segment, Kasha Patel, Science is Swell.
I'm so glad that the last segment of the show is about science. After the stripping and the hot sauce and the astrology, we finally make room for science. This is very accurate, just like America. Great talk show, great talk show. All right, so you had someone clap it up a little bit. Clap it up if you like science. Wow. What kind of science are you into?
I'm studying robotics and artificial intelligence.
He even said it like you studying. You're like, I am a robot and I am studying robots. And you act like them, you know them better. That's very cool. I actually found out that we're making robots that can play soccer
Yes.
and dance salsa.
Some people in my lab are doing the soccer robots.
Yeah, apparently these scientists are just assembling friends.
She roasted your ass.
What about over here? Someone said they do science? Not anymore, not after that. Okay.
I don't know how much science it is, but applied mathematics.
Applied mathematics, yeah, that totally counts. Yeah, Robot Man was like, we like numbers. Yeah. I thought when you said you weren't sure if it actually is science, I was like, psychology. You're cool with applied math. Yeah, that's nice. Do we have any chemists in here? Yeah, nice. Are you like a practicing chemist now, or just studied it?
I practice sometimes. I'm a biochemist now.
Oh, okay. No one knows the difference between a biochemist and a chemist. I should have just said yes. Fine. I studied chemistry. I was like meeting another chemist. There's always an immediate bond there that I really I work at a small science startup in DC. Yeah, I work at NASA. I actually work as a science writer. Clap it up if you've heard what a science writer is. Yeah, nice. Yeah, my job is great because every day and all day I always get to talk to scientists and I'm always learning new things. Like I learned that astrophysicists are very good spellers because they're constantly spelling all these really long, complicated words like heliopause, spectroscopy, insufficient funding. Part of my job is to help distinguish the difference between fact versus myth for the general public. So for instance, fact, you can get chlamydia if a koala urinates on you. Myth, your wife will believe you. If you guys like that joke, I'm selling magnets with that on it for $3 after the show. They are for sale. Thank you. I did read a study. I read this study recently that said men are funnier than women. Yeah, but the study was written by a man. So I was just thinking he was joking the entire time. Yeah, this is pretty funny. It's abstract. It's hilarious. The reason they gave it for this study, they said that men had to be funnier for evolutionary reasons. They had to be funny so they could attract a woman, have sex with them, give orgasms, have babies, all those things. And it was weird because it's actually true. Funnier men do give females more fake orgasms. It is completely true. Applied mathematics know what it's about. Yes,
I got an equation for it.
Yeah. It always equals 100%. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It was weird though because they did this study they put up a cartoon and then people just had to write captions to it. Like, that's not an experiment. That's like an icebreaker my HR department makes me do at every annual retreat. That's not a good way to do that. But I think the biggest problem here is this study was done by psychologists, right? We already talked about how it's not real. And I think the only real difference between a psychologist... Do we have any psychologists in here? Oh, yeah. All right, you'll appreciate this, maybe. Or just like, don't listen to this next part. I think the only real difference between a psychologist and a frat boy is just really good documentation. So we're going to do some scenarios here. We can play it. We'll play with the audience because I'll get you guys in a second. Okay, so the first scenario, having sex with a dolphin. Clap it up if you think that was done by a psychologist. A frat boy. A lot of you did not vote. This is just like America. Okay. The answer is actually both, but only the psychologist documented it. Number 2, giving cocaine to a group of rats and then playing Miles Davis. Psychologist? Frat boy. All right, the answer was psychologist and a group of rich white frat boys. It's a different demographic of frat boy. And then the last one that we'll do for this is putting blue food dye in people's beer and seeing how they react. Psychologists? Frat boy. The answer was me last night at a bar, so you're all wrong. I host a science comedy show. You guys should come to that. I have one on Saturday. If you want to come see me afterwards, I'll just give you one now. That's for free. All right, guys. I'm very excited for this science segment that we have. We're going to have our...
We're going to experiment, right?
Yes, we have an experiment. It's actually experiment. Okay, yeah, this is going to be perfect for them. Okay, I need a volunteer, Andrew.
I'll do it.
You can sit.
Andrew volunteers.
Andrew volunteers. I told him to do this.
Hot sauce on the chair.
There's hot sauce on it. Lick it. There we go. And then we're going to have Max do this experiment with me. This is actually an anti-gravity water experiment. It's pretty easy to do. Most 6th graders can do it, so it might be a little challenging for them, but we'll find out. I like to call it 2 guys, 1 cup.
I've been there.
Of course you have.
All right, I'm going to go off mic here. All right, so the way this is going to work, today we are going to learn about surface tension and air pressure. So this is just a regular wine glass. There's nothing special about it. This is a pitcher of water. Now, feels like I'm doing a magic trick. So now, I should also say, okay.
Science is fake.
The important thing before you do any scientific experiment is to have the right protective footwear and everything. So closed-toed shoes, pants, lab jacket, and then make sure your hair is back, and then also put it inside your lab jacket. So this helps you look more like a man. So your science can be respected. That's how that works. All right. So you guys can do this, at home, whatever. Take a glass of water, and then you're just going to get, this is just a regular index paper. Now, Max, What do you think will happen if I flip this over?
Waterfall to the ground.
Perfect. What do you think's going to happen? I will do it in here just in case.
Thank God.
What do you think's going to happen if I put this index card over and flip it over, then let go?
You're going to ruin an index card. Oh!
This is anti-gravity
Wow,
water
it
experiment.
exists.
Does
We can
anyone...
travel to other stars.
So the reason that this works is you see all of this air up here.
I don't see it.
You see all of this lack of water up here.
Oh!
There you go. So what happened there was you have all the air pressure on the outside. The air pressure outside, there's a lot more air molecules just like going around. So there's a higher air pressure than that can actually fit in here. So that air pressure actually helps put this index card up. It pushes it up. But now here's the other question. Why doesn't the index card just like slip out? That has to do with surface tension. So water is one of the coolest molecules that we have.
It's cool as hell.
Yeah, hold that up. This is actually what a water molecule looks like. Can you point out which two are the hydrogen and which one is the oxygen? It's colorful.
This is a trick. It's a trick.
Okay. You tell me what you think it is, and I'll tell you what I think. At the same time, but I'll go second.
Oh, okay. The whites
Yeah.
are probably
High-paying jobs for no reason.
and the red is oxygen.
Oxygen. Okay, yeah. Breathing fire.
Yeah. So water molecules are actually dipolar. Dipoles. So that means this part here is very negative. This part here is positive. So hold that.
So
together.
okay.
Yeah.
So this part's the Tony Robbins. This is the very positive, and then
That's the Tony Collette at the top.
So water actually, nope, yep, there you go. It actually bonds pretty intensely with other water molecules.
What a freak.
So by doing that, it actually puts the force.
So can I do the science now?
You can. And just to see if you're going to do it right, I have another index card for you.
Whoa!
And you're going to do it over Andrew's head because we need something to underneath it.
And I just put it on.
You just put it on.
Okay.
Make sure the index card is covering that, and then flip it quickly if you want it to succeed.
Quickly if I wanted to succeed.
It's up to you.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Science. 1, 2, 3.
And that's anti-gravity water experiment.
What is
What is this real water?
What is in that?
I mean,
This water's.
it's just your standard clear liquid that appears like water, but is
What an
actually
idiot.
meant to knock out the two white male hosts that we don't really need anymore. And this is real science. You guys, I don't think they're gonna be. Can you guys take over? I don't think they're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. This has been our show. Please give it for the house band. Thank you, Katie and Maddie. That was wild. Did you just see there were 4 women in one? You guys missed it. There was 4 women on stage. Is this just going to be here?
That's going to be there.
Okay, that's fine. Right. Our last piece here, it's a
holiday medley.
Yeah, do you want to tell them about it?
No.
We're not going to tell you. We're just going to leave you with this. It's called Bohemian Rhapsody.
harness and you're showing off your smut, Mr. Grinch. Your grinder screen name is Jingle My Butt. You're a weird one, Mr. Grinch. It's simply how you're built. Your arms are made of anal beads. You know not shame or guilt, Mr. Grinch. You suck mad dick.
Oh, holy night, I post my boobs on Insta. It is my right, so why was I fired from my job teaching children? Sex before marriage is wrong, so I've never fucked out of wedlock. My hymen is intact, but my asshole looks like Moses parted the Red Sea. Yeah.
Roll that again, thank you.
Yeah. On your knees. Oh, let's pretend to be horses. Get on Facebook Live loves my titty stall. Oh, night divine, oh, night, oh, holy night. Mama, 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 mama,
Thank you all for coming to the Midnight Gardener Show.